Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today is going to be my November favorites. It's going to be a touch late. If you didn't know, I'm actually in the process of moving. As you can see, this is not my normal background. I'm currently in a hotel, so soon I'm no longer going to have videos filmed in Utah. You'll see a couple that have been pre-filmed. Obviously, favorites video couldn't be pre-filmed, so I'm filming that here, and then pretty soon I will be all moved in to my new house in Seattle, so everything should be more normal shortly. So let's get started on what were my favorites for the month of November. So in the month of November, I did a lot more traveling than I normally do. I had a trip to Seattle to find a place. I had a trip to Maryland to visit my in-laws for Thanksgiving, and then I also had like moving and stuff. So this is kind of like a 2-in-1 favorite as I like hold these up, but first one would be Z palettes in general. I didn't want to just have a ton of makeup with me each time, so Z palettes made it really easy to just kind of put what I needed. So I have my most used blushes and then a bunch of shadows, and it's just really easy because they're all ready to go. I can choose what I would be using and basically have them all right there and not have to bring just a lot of different palettes. So it's nice that you can kind of customize the colors that you'd use more often rather than a pre-made palette. So Z palettes have been a huge hit this month, especially with traveling. The other favorite would definitely be Makeup Geek shadows. As you can see, that's mostly what I have here. This one has like a mix of Makeup Geek and MAC shadows, but these are all my Makeup Geek shadows, and I really like these just because they all fit in my Z palette. There's a range of colors, and I have a lot more on kind of like the neutral sides, and they wear really nice. So it's just like a nice selection of colors, as well as they wear all day, and I can go from a little more dramatic like I'm wearing today. A lot of my makeup was more on the boring side. There was a lot less Instagram posts this last month because I was traveling in Maryland, so I had a little more like simple, less crazy makeup. So this is nice because I could go from, got enough darks and a couple colors that I can do something a little more extreme, and then I have a lot of neutrals to keep it kind of a little more subdued. And this blush gets a shout out because I've been using this a lot. This is the Secret Admirer by Makeup Geek, and it's kind of on the pink side, but it's still a lavender color. And I really like this. This is surprisingly wearable. If you build it up, you can get it to be quite lavender, but a lot of times I'd put on some like cooler eyeshadows, and then I'd pair it with this and then the MAC Faux, and it looks just beautiful together. So I am a big fan of this blush in particular. So I have another eyeshadow that I've been wearing a lot this last month. Pretty much when I'm doing those simpler makeups when I'm traveling, I usually either go for a very cool eye with wing liner or I go for a very warm eye, and when I go warm it usually ends up being orange. So Wildflower by Saucebox. This is one of their singles. This is one of my favorite colors of orange. It's like, it's kind of similar to almost MAC Brick Red, but it's more orangey than red, so it's just that really deep orange, kind of burnt orange color. So I love this color. You can build it up or really blend it out, so you can go for a really bold orange, or you can do it a little more sheer. It just looks great. Another makeup favorite I've really been liking is Goddess, the NARS Soft Touch Pencil. It's just this kind of rose champagne-y gold color, a little more like a champagne rose color. It's really nice because I'm able to put a little bit of pigment to get a little bit of sparkle, but nothing too intense. And it's just a really nice lid color by itself too if you want something super simple. So I've really been liking this. Also great for highlighting. Super versatile product. Again, to go with the kind of more natural makeup I had been doing this last month with traveling, I really like this Sephora. It's their waterproof eyebrow pencil, and I have the color, I don't know where the color's, neutral gray brown. This works really well. I'm wearing the Anastasia Dip Brow today, not this, but if I want a more natural brow, or I'm just in a hurry and I just need to get some brows on, I really like this. It's similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz. As you can see, it's just a really fine tip. However, the brush on the end just kind of sucks, so I use my own spoolie. But the product is really nice, and these are only like $14, so they're a little bit cheaper than the Brow Wiz as well. This one is very ashy, which is why I picked this one up, because it's basically the color of my eyebrows, and as you can see, I have pretty ashy colored brows naturally, as well as my hair is a very ashy color. Well, it is now, but it also naturally is. So I'm a big fan of this. It wears well. Other than you do need a different spoolie because this is like stupid. But the product is great. So again, to go with the kind of boring makeup I've been wearing MAC Dervish lip liner a lot. It's just kind of a very neutral, pretty pink, almost like a My Lips but better color for my complexion. I really like MAC's liners in general. They're very nice. But Dervish is just that beautiful, just kind of a nude pink color. So this is a super wearable liner. It pairs really well with kind of My Lips but better colors, as well as colors that are a little more to the nude side, because I'll wear this with Faux, Brave, YSL, Beige Tribute, anything like that. I'll pair this liner with it. So we'll talk about the lip colors I've been liking this month. So I've been wearing a lot of this YSL number 10 Beige Tribute. This is my favorite nude. As you can see, I've actually used a lot of this. It is a little on the pricey side, but it is it's a very like a true nude for me. A lot of times they're either too orange and then I just kind of look sick, or they're almost just become a pink on me. So I really like this because it's a true like beige nude that works well on fair skin. If you're like, YSL is a little too pricey for me, the closest to this color that I have found is the L'Oreal Ferris Nude. Ferris Nude is in the same, it's like a very similar consistency. It doesn't smell, well, it smells more like that old-fashioned lipsticky smell when this smells like rose, and either way I don't like them. But the L'Oreal Ferris Nude leads a little more to the pink side than to the beige in regards to undertones. Another thing I've been wearing a lot, so if I'm doing kind of like simple makeup because I'm traveling but I still want like a bolder lip color, I really like this Potion number 9 by Pretty Zombie Cosmetics. It wears really well. What I really like is these are easy to touch up. A lot of times when you wear these liquid to matte lipsticks, when you try to like touch up because you've like eaten or something, it's not very easy, but these actually layer really nicely on top of where you've kind of eaten it off. So I really like this. Another thing is MAC Faux. It's just a beautiful pink color. It's basically a nude pink, kind of a My Lips but better color on my complexion. So I really like this. It's similar to Brave. It's another satin finish, but Brave I think Brave is a little more of a mature color. It has a little more of a brown undertone when Faux is more pink. Another one is the Marc Jacobs Cabaret. I got this as a VIB Rouge perk, and it's just this gorgeous kind of like port wine color. It's quite wearable for a berry, and it leans a little more on that port kind of red purple color rather than going like raspberry. So I really like this. It's just a gorgeous color. So we're getting almost to the end of the makeup favorites. Another thing I've been wearing a lot is the Tarte BB cream. This is in the color Fair. This is just a really nice, it works as a primer. Today I'm wearing it as a primer under my foundation, but it also works really well as a BB cream alone. You can watch my it's like clean skin and berry lip tutorial that was uploaded before this, and I use that in this. It's a very sheer BB cream, but it keeps your skin rather matte. I'm definitely combo skin, but especially now going back to the Pacific Northwest where there's a lot more moisture in the air than Utah, which is a desert. It keeps your oil at bay, where I definitely get more oily in this little more moisture rich air. So huge fan of this. And then I have two of the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders. So this one's Ethereal Light. It's one of my long-term favorites. I've been wearing this for 3 years. I pretty much only buy it during the VIB sale because you get a discount, and these are pretty pricey. I do believe they retail for $45, but they last me for an entire year, a little bit over. My other one's basically empty and will be within the next week. But this one is a newer pan. It's just this really pretty satin finishing powder. It gives my skin kind of just a nice sheen. I do like to powder my skin since I am on that oilier side. So I like using this because it gives me a nice finish to my skin, but I can still powder it, but I'm not looking like flat and dull. So I really like that. And then this is the one I picked up that I didn't own before. This is the Luminous Light, and this is supposed to mimic a candlelit glow. And so this is actually, I really like this. The issue for me is that it is a little bit deep for my skin tone. If I put it on, it's not lighter than my skin, so it doesn't work as like a highlight. This actually adds a little bit of color. So I've been wearing it over either if I want a stronger highlight, something like Illamasqua's Intrigue, or just the MAC Emphasize, which is my normal highlight. But this gives a very shimmery, almost wet look to the skin. It's one of their ones that has definitely like the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder just have a couple different finishes, and this one's definitely like more of a highlighter. It's going to give you definitely a sheen to your skin. But I've been really enjoying this. It's a much more of a natural highlight than a lot of the highlights I like to wear. So I have some lashes. I've actually really been enjoying these, again, since I've been doing a little more on the natural side. I did get sent these. These are from Elegant Lashes, and these are part of the Elegant Lashes. I believe it's their holiday collection. And these are like flares, but there's 3 stuck together. And if you didn't know, I love wearing individual lash flares. I think those are really natural. When I work with brides or models, I almost always carry those. Like, I always have knot-free flares in my kit because that's what I feel like is the most versatile. Personally, I usually wear strip lashes because they're just faster. But these, because there's 3 stuck together, it doesn't actually take me that long to apply individual flare lashes, because it's like, they call them trio flares, and I have the medium as well as the small size, and I'm just super digging these because they give me the effect that I really like, but it takes me way less time, so that's a win-win situation. Another thing I've really been enjoying, I talked about this a couple favorites ago before I actually had the product. I just had a sample that I was obsessing over, but I've really been liking the Elizabeth James Nirvana in white. I only have the Rollerball just because my 2 favorite fragrances, I do have like full size of those, so I figured I'd just get a Rollerball. But this is kind of a nice change. It's kind of a nice change. It's a very kind of light, like a fresh floral scent, but it's not too summery. A lot of the scents I like tend to be much more on the fresh, kind of lighter side. Coco Mademoiselle obviously is a little more of a nighttime fragrance, so I've been using that more in the night and using this during the day for the winter because I'm finding my Versace Bright Crystal is just such a bright, fresh, like summery scent. I don't like to wear it as much in the fall, so this has been really nice. Plus with the Rollerball, with all the traveling, it's just easy to travel with, whether I was flying or if I'm driving. I have 2 more things. They're both skincare, one for your face, one for your body. So I've been really liking this Derma MD Peptide Eye Cream. I got sent a bunch of products from them, and I've been currently testing them out. So I'm not going to talk about a couple of the other ones just because they're things that are going to take a little bit of time to use, and I've only been using them for, I think it's like 7 weeks now. But when I test skincare, I like to give it a full 10 weeks with, like, basically I take pictures befores and afters and so many weeks, because skincare is not something you can be like, I use this for 2 weeks and I know that this works, because that's not how skincare works. But this is one I really have been liking. It's for dark circles and puffiness. Personally, I don't get a lot of puffiness. I do have dark circles. I haven't seen a huge improvement in dark circles, but the biggest thing is it is super moisturizing, and that's something I have seen a big difference in. Like I said, I have combination skin, so while I'm oily in some places, I'm extremely dry in others. So especially around my eye area and my nose and like right here on my chin, I have issues with dryness. And this has done a great job in making my concealer just look a lot more natural, because I'm not struggling with trying to deal with dryness under my eyes. So I've really been liking that. And my other skincare favorite is the Josie Maran. This is the Whipped Argan Oil. It's like, this one's almost gone, which is kind of sad. But it's just this basically body kind of cream, and it has a light kind of whipped souffle-like texture. And mine is the original, and I don't even know what to really describe the smell as. It's like just kind of herbal, I guess, with a little bit of citrus. But it absorbs really nicely. It's super well at hydrating, and I've just really been enjoying this going into the winter months where you probably need a little extra hydration going on. I don't really have my other favorites with me. I would show you those. Like, I have like a tea favorite, but those are gonna have to wait till next month because, like I said, I'm in a hotel right now and all my stuff is in a moving truck trying to make it to Seattle, so I don't have it. Non-like tangible favorites. I live in Seattle now, so I've moved out of Utah and I am living in Seattle, so that is super exciting. We made it here yesterday, so I don't really have anything to tell you specifically about Seattle because I need to go exploring basically. But anyhow, those are my favorites of this month. Let me know what your month's favorites were, or maybe what you picked up recently that you're like, oh, this might become a December favorite. So let me know that in the comments box below. If you'd like to follow me on my other forms of social media, I have those in the down box below as well as at the end of the video, so feel free to follow me there. One other quick little announcement, I am going to be doing a couple videos for kind of Vlogmas. I'm not doing the whole month of December because I'm just not that interesting, but I will be doing basically the 12 days before Christmas, and they're either going to be vlogs or things just like aren't in my niche, so I'm going to do a couple like cooking videos and stuff like that, and those will all be on my second channel, so that is youtube.com/rkshores. So without the MUA, it's just Rebecca Shores. That's my channel to kind of put up whatever I want. I definitely don't just do makeup. I like a lot of other things, so any type of basically not beauty type videos will be up on that other channel if you're interested in those, and I will kind of give you a couple more updates when my Vlogmas videos start going up. So I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you guys again soon.